Hi guys, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat early this morning or whatever time you are tuning in today. I am a little bit tired this morning. I had a bit of a late night, but I'm here, you're here, and we're ready to work and feel good. So we are going to do a total body workout today. We're going to work our abs to begin with, then we're going to move into some glute and thigh work, and we're going to finish off with some upper body strengthening moves, all in 30 minutes, and we're gonna feel amazing when we're done. So let's do it. Okay, so we are going to get into position to warm up the spine, to engage the abdominals with some C curve work. So find the center of your mat, and we're just gonna do a couple of spinal movements just to get the spine ready, warmed up for movement. So I'd like you to plant your feet on the floor, hip distance apart, legs are hip distance apart. We're going to grab onto the backs of the thighs, and we're just going to tilt the pelvis forward, really elongating up through the crown of the head, lengthening between each of the vertebrae. Chin is parallel with the floor. Nice and lifted here. We're going to release the arms. Inhale here and exhale, roll the spine back into the shape of a C. Hold here, plug your belly in, deep inhale, and exhale, lift and lengthen up through the crown of the head, straightening the spine. Inhale here and exhale, curve it back, engaging those abs. Upper abs are really switched on here, and then breathe out to lift. Inhale to lower. Hold and exhale to lift, moving into that breathing pattern. Inhale to lower. Good. And exhale to lift and lengthen up through the spine. Inhale, roll back a little bit further if you can. And exhale, belly to spine to lift. Last one like this, we're going to roll it back and hold. Arms are nice and long here. Palms are facing in toward each other. Belly is plugged in. Without letting the right hip lift, we're going to twist to the left. So get a nice rotation in through those abdominals and then back to center. And then over to the left, not letting that opposite hip lift, and back to center and roll it up. I think I got my left and rights mixed up here. There, that's okay. So we're going to be twisting. We're going to take another one like that. Let's lengthen out through those fingertips, roll it back. We're going to twist to the left first of all, getting a nice cinching in of the waistline, back to center, and then over to the right without letting that left hip lift, and back to center, roll it up. Nicely done. Now we're going to go back a little bit further into that C curve, really engaging those abdominals. Hips stay evenly weighted as we twist. Nicely done. And back to center. Twist. And back to center. We're going to take two more. Twist and hold. Back to center. Twist and hold. Back to center and roll it up, stretching and lengthening through the spine. Amazing work. Now I'd like you to stretch your legs out long. Hold your hands out in front of you, palms facing in, and we're going to slowly C curve our way down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Interlace your fingers when you touch down and take them behind your head. We want our legs about shoulder distance apart, and I'm really pointing through my toes here and engaging my thighs. So your lower body is going to be secure and stable as we come up for our crunches. So elbows are nice and wide. We're going to take a deep inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to peel head, neck, and shoulders up and then lower, just hover. Breathe up and lower, just hover the head before breathing up again. So I'm kind of squeezing my bum and my thighs here as well, just so that I'm not moving around at all in the lower body. I'm really focusing on working those upper abs as we lift the chest up toward the ceiling. Good work. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift, belly to spine. And good work. Notice I'm not rushing this movement. I'm really focusing on contracting the abs at the top of the lift and then lowering down slowly and with control. Good, really making those upper abs work and stay engaged on the way up as well as on the way down. Amazing work. We've got 4 and 3. Last 2, lift a bit higher. And final 1, lift, lift, lift. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Bring your head to the floor and bring your arms overhead, palms facing up toward the ceiling. Those legs are still engaged. We're gonna inhale to peel up and exhale to reach and stretch, folding over the lower body. Inhale here and exhale your way down, 1 vertebra at a time. Another one, inhale, come up, reach and stretch. Exhale, fold over the lower body. Plug your belly in towards your spine. Reach those fingertips toward the toes and lower with control. Inhale up, working those upper abs. And then as we come down on the exhale, we're plugging those lower abs in and easing down using abdominal control. Inhale to peel up. Exhale, feel that nice stretch as you fold over the lower body, then drop those shoulders, engage those low abs, and fold it down. Good. Inhale up, reach and stretch, lengthen a bit further this time if you can. Drop those shoulders and lower with control. Last one, we're gonna peel up, and then we're going to fold over the lower body and take a hold of the feet, the ankles, the thighs, whatever you can grab onto. Drop the crown of your head. Pull your navel in towards your spine to give you more room to fold. Enjoy that entire back body stretch. Running up the backs of your legs, stretching your spine. Release any tension in your neck for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Nicely done. Now for a little challenge on our way down to the mat, we're going to interlace our fingers behind our head and roll down very slowly with control. Nice work. I moved a little bit more quickly than I intended to there. Okay, so same starting position, but now we're going to just release the left hand. The right hand is behind the head rests heavy in the hand. We're going to keep the right leg really engaged here, and then we're going to bring the left leg in and cross over and touch knee to elbow. Extend, just hover the leg, left arm and left leg are hovering, and then we're crossing over. So we're not moving that right leg, we're bringing the right elbow toward the left knee, getting into those obliques. You can pick up the pace when you feel comfortable within this movement. Good. Inhale to lower, exhale to cross over. So we're not pulling our head up, but we are encouraging that right shoulder to come up off the mat so that we can really get a nice oblique crunch in here. Inhale to lower, exhale belly to spine as we lift and crunch. Good work, keep it up. We've got 6 and 5, lift a bit higher for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Amazing. Now switch sides so your left hand comes below your head. We're going to float the right arm and float the right leg. Now we're crossing over left elbow to right knee, and again. Now I'm still keeping that left leg engaged because I don't want my lower body rocking around. So we're squeezing the left thigh, left heel is pressing down onto the mat. Good, and we're shortening the distance between our rib cage and our hip here as we really curl and crunch up. Getting as much of a rotation around the rib cage as we can to work into that waistline. Nice work, keep it up. We've got 6 for 5 and 4. You can do it. 3, 2, and our final one, we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Amazing work. Take both hands under your head now, and we're going to go into our final abdominal exercise here. I hope you're doing well. We're just going to take a couple of deep breaths before we move into it, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Nicely done. Okay, so now we're going to bring the legs about hip distance apart. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to curl up, bringing the right knee in toward the forehead. Then we're going to lift the leg and lower into the forehead. Good. Lift a straight leg and lower. So notice I'm keeping my head hovering up off the floor, and then when the knee comes in, I'm curling and crunching up a little higher to bring the forehead toward the knee. So we're alternating between a straight leg and a bent leg. If it gets too much for you to hold your head, neck, and shoulders up the entire time, you can lower it down to the mat and then just come up for your crunch. Otherwise, if you do have your head, neck, and shoulders up, make sure there's no strain in your neck and your head is just resting in your interlaced fingers. Good. We've got 4 and 3. Really bring that forehead towards your knee. Last 2 and final 1, and relax it down. Amazing. So now we're going to move over onto the other side. I'm really planting that right heel down onto the mat, so that'll help with stability in the lower body. We're going to inhale and exhale, knee in, hover the head, lengthen the leg, knee in. Good. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Lift, crunch it in, really keeping that left leg stable, so the right leg stable, so the muscles in the right leg are engaged, so that you are really nice and stable throughout this movement. We're not rocking from side to side. We're focusing on those upper and lower abs. Focusing on the upper abs as we crunch in and the lower abs as we lift and lower that leg. Good. We've got 4. I know these are tough. Keep it up. 3. We're nearly there. Last 2. And final 1. And stretch the legs out long. Great work. Okay. Let's roll over onto our stomachs and get in a little abdominal stretch before we move into our glute work. So hands on either side of your shoulders and bring it up. Ooh, my elbow's cracked there. It happens every time. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears and really lengthen through those abdominals. We're going to hold here for 2. And 1, relax the chest down to the mat, and then push yourself up into an all 4s position. Right, from here, we're going to get nice and stable. Come to the top of your mat, so you've got enough room to stretch out behind you. We're going to position the wrists so they're below the shoulders, and the shoulders are nice and broad. Knees are below the hips. We're going to stretch the right leg out long, pointing through the toes, squaring the hips with the mat, and we're going to lift and lower. So little taps, a simple movement to start ourselves off, lifting and lowering, being very conscious of the low back, making sure it's not arching, so we always have our tailbone slightly tucked. Good, those hips are completely square with the mat, and we're lengthening out through the big toe. Starting to focus on those right glutes and right hamstrings, and even into the right quads here. We can feel the work. The more we point through the toe, the more you can even feel this movement into the calf. So really lengthen out through that big toe. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Lift to breathe out. Good. We've got 6, 5, 4. Belly is plugged in. 3, 2, and 1. Leave the leg extended. Drop your left forearm down to the mat so that the forearm is parallel with the top of the mat. And we're going to do that same movement again, but we're going to step the leg out so that we're targeting the gluteus medius muscles as we tap and lower, tap and lower. Our shoulders are rolled down away from our ears. Belly is plugged in. Really lengthening out through that big toe as you tap and lift, tap and lift. Good. Again, try not to swing around in the torso. We're keeping the upper body nice and stable here. Neck is long. Keep it up. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back onto both palms, bringing the leg out behind you. And now we're going to lower down onto the forearms. Now from this position, we're going to keep lengthening out through that right toe, and we're going to lift, 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 lifting the leg up toward the ceiling. But now we're not tapping the toe, we're just carrying on, pulsing the leg up. Little controlled pulses here. Keeping the leg nice and long. Good. Keep breathing. Abdominal is plugged in. Last move on this right side. Make it good. Keep it up. Keep that leg elevated for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Take your knees nice and wide and sink back onto your heels. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to bring yourself back up into that all fours position, and we're going to do the same on the left side. So fingers are spread, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Extend that left leg out long, square the hips off with the mat, and lift and lower. Those little taps. So it's not a massive range of movement, and we're certainly not swinging the leg up into the air. We're moving it with control. We're using that squeezing of the glutes to get that lift. Abdominals are engaged. Toe is pointed, and your gaze is down on the mat so that your neck is in line with your spine. Try not to lean over to your supporting side here. Keep yourself nice and balanced across your shoulders and your hips. Make any adjustments that you need to, and definitely slow down the movement if you feel like you're losing control. Good, keep it up. We've got 6, 5, 4, squeeze the bum, 2, and 1. Good, now let's see if I have enough room on this side. I might need to move over. Drop your right forearm down so that it's parallel with the top of your mat, and step your left leg out. Sorry, your right forearm is down on the mat, and we're stepping the left leg out to the side. Ooh, I'm having trouble with my left and rights today. All right, must be my brain isn't quite awake yet this morning. Okay, I'm running out of room on that side. So we're lifting and lowering that leg. I'm gonna have to take it right around to this side because I do not have space there. So make any adjustments that you need to. We don't wanna be kicking the wall, kicking a plant. We wanna make sure that we're moving with good form. Keep your neck nice and long. Your belly plugged in. Good work. Ooh, that's better. Now I can actually move. Breathe out to lift. We're out on that diagonal, targeting a different area of that bum, getting it from all angles. Good work. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, we're squaring the hips off with the mat again, and now we're dropping down onto those forearms. Lift the leg, keep it suspended in the air as we lift and lower through that pointed toe. Good. I know this is tough at this stage, but we're nearly there. Lifting and lowering with control. Keep that neck nice and long. Good work. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Take the knees nice and wide. Big toes come together. We're going to keep the hips elevated and just sink down into a puppy pose, really elongating through that spine. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Amazing. Okay, bring yourself into a kneeling position. We're now going to come down on our backs, rolling down one vertebra at a time, finding the center of the mat. And we're going to do a few movements in bridge before moving on to our arm work. So the heels come below the bum. We've got a little space between our low back and the mat. Spine is in neutral. Press the backs of your arms down into the floor. Fingers are spread. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, we're tilting the pelvis back and we're peeling up into a bridge position. Make sure those legs stay perfectly parallel here. Deep inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to roll it down. Inhale, tilt the pelvis back. Exhale, lift the hips up toward the ceiling without overarching the back. And then roll down. Take a couple of those just to get used to the movement of rolling up and down from your bridge. Good work. Last one, we're going to come up and hold. So lift into your bridge position. From here, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together and splay the knees out to the side. Be really careful not to allow pressure to build up in the low back. If so, you just need to tuck your tailbone and lower your hips slightly. We're going to lower the hips and lift. Lower, just hover the bum above the floor and then lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Really squeeze the glutes together as you lift without thrusting so hard, as I said, that you are hurting your low back. You want to keep your tailbone tucked and just really focus on the glutes and the thighs, lifting those hips up toward the ceiling. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'd like you to hold at the top of the lift. Squeeze the glutes together. Hold, hold, hold. We're going to hold here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to release the arms so that they are above the shoulders. Palms are facing in. Lift it a little bit higher if you can without hurting your spine. We're going to hold here for 5, for 3. Squeeze those glutes. For 2 and for 1. Now bring your feet back to parallel. Stretch your arms overhead, palms facing up toward the ceiling. Reach as far away from yourself as you can, and then slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. Bring your knees in toward your chest, hug them in close, and gently rock from side to side. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Take your hands behind your thighs and roll up into a seated position. Now we're going to bring our wrists below our shoulders and our knees below our hips. In fact, we're going to walk our hands out a little bit further in front of the body or in front of the shoulders, but keep the arms parallel and the wrists in line with the shoulders. From here, we're going to lower the chest down to the mat and lift. Lower your chest down to the mat and lift. So keep your elbows grazing the sides of your body as you lower and lift. I'm keeping my knees down on the mat, but if you feel strong and confident here, you can step them back into a plank position and go into a full push-up. So we're focusing on the triceps here as we lower the chest and press up through the heels of the hands. Lower and lift. Good. Lower and press up through the heels of the hands. We've got 4, 3, for 2, and final 1, lower and lift. Amazing work. Now we're going to bring the wrists below the shoulders and we're going to step back into plank. So I'm going to stretch back through my left heel and my right heel, coming into a nice stable plank, creating a flat line with the body, nice and broad across the shoulders. Now we're going to go into some alternating shoulder taps. We're going to go for 10, 8, 7, 6, keeping the body really still and stable. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Now lift your hips up toward the ceiling, stretching and lengthening through the spine. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bring it forward again. Same thing again, nice and stable. And now moving into those alternating shoulder taps. Good. Trying not to let your body rock from side to side. 6, 5, 4. Keep your gaze down on the mat. 3. Abs are in. 2 and 1. Send those hips up and back for your downward dog. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more sets. Come forward, plug belly in. Nice long neck. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Really power up through those arms and abs. 2, 1, and send it back. We've got 1 more set of those. Stretch and lengthen through that spine. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, shoot forward into your plank. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send those hips up and back. Stretch and lengthen. And we're just going to pedal out the feet here. Breathing in through the nose and breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Letting your head hang between your shoulders. Lift those hips a little bit higher. For 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Level out the heels. Lower your knees down to the floor. We're going to lift our shoulders up by our ears. Inhale and exhale, roll them down and back. Inhale, lift, and exhale, open through the chest. 2 more. Last one. We're going to lift and lower. Now we're going to interlace our fingers up above the head. Palms are facing up toward the ceiling. And I'd just like you to lean to one side, lengthening through the side body. Back to center, deep inhale. And exhale, lean to the other side. Keep the chest nice and open here. Inhale and exhale, back to center. Drop your arms. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that total body routine this morning or at whatever time you're tuning in. I love working out with you in the morning. I am ready to start my day. I feel a lot more energized and sweaty, but I feel great and I hope you do too. I look forward to moving again with you next week. Have a great rest of your day. See you later.